The river was too quiet. No frogs. No birds. No insects. Only the water moved. And it was moving the wrong way. He stood at the bank with mud between his toes and smoke in his throat. On the far side of the river, a thin black line was rising above the trees. Smoke. Not from the tribe's fire. Not from the cooking pit. From the place where his little sister had gone to gather reeds. He should have waited for the others. That was the rule of the crossing. Nobody crossed the Black River alone. Nobody stepped into silent water. And if the current turned against the moon, you backed away before the river noticed you. But the smoke was getting darker. And then, from across the water, a small voice called his name. So he stepped in. The first step was cold. The second step pulled at his leg. The third step touched something soft. He looked down. It was not mud. A dark shape slid beneath the surface, white as a fallen tree and silent as a shadow. He lifted his foot slowly, but the water lifted with him, clinging to his skin as if the river had fingers. Then two yellow eyes opened in the reeds. He stopped breathing. Another pair opened behind him. Then another. Then another. The river had not gone quiet. It was holding its breath. He knew the old story then. The elders said the Black River was alive. Not because it had a spirit. Because it had teeth. The monsters waited where the moon touched the water, lying under the surface until a deer, a child, or a hungry fool made one sound too many. His sister called again. This time her voice cracked. He could not run forward. He could not run back. If he splashed, every hidden mouth would move at once. So he did the only thing a frightened human could do. He listened. The current pressed against his knees. Then it weakened. Then it pulled backward again. Not randomly. Not like water. Like breath. Something huge was inhaling beneath him. He turned his head and saw a burning branch from the bank fire, half buried in ash. He reached back slowly. The nearest yellow eye narrowed. His fingers closed around the branch. The ember bit his palm. He did not cry out. Across the river, the smoke turned black. His sister screamed once. He threw the burning branch upstream. For one heartbeat, nothing happened. Then every eye in the river turned toward the flame. He moved. Not a run. Not a jump. A silent, desperate scramble from stone to stone while the water erupted behind him. A tail whipped past his heel. A jaw snapped where his leg had been. Mud tore under his hands. The far bank rose in front of him like a wall. He climbed with his nails. He climbed with his elbows. He climbed while the Black River smashed itself against the shore below. When he rolled onto the far bank, he did not stand. He crawled. He found his sister beside a nest of broken reeds. She was alive. But she was shaking. The smoke did not come from a human fire. It came from the nest. Inside the reeds were shells as long as his arm, cracked open and steaming. His sister pointed behind him. The river went quiet again. On the other side of the smoke, something larger than any crocodile lowered its head. It had followed the fire. It had followed the scream. And now it was coming home.